Psychics, and welcome to episode 18 of Learn Tarot with me for free. Thank you so much for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know. Today we're doing the Devil card of the Major Arcana, another one of the feared cards, a card that's always misunderstood, and I can't wait to talk about it. So let's get into it then. As always, we call on Archangel Raziel, the Psychic Angel, to help us tune into our psychic gifts and insights, and Archangel Gabriel to help us to speak clearly what we see and feel in the card. Take notes as you're guided. Obviously take what resonates with you. The meaning for the Devil card is the same over every tarot deck, but I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot and the Arcanum Tarot to show you the differences, and I'm going to give you my interpretation of the Devil card, because I actually love it when this card comes up, because it shows so much in it, you know. So the actual meaning then behind the Devil card is manipulation. I'm just reading what it says, because this is what they say it says. Okay, I see something different in this, but they say it means manipulation, overindulgence, self-enslavement, addiction and temptations. So you might want to write those down, because that's what pretty much everybody says the Devil card means. Manipulation, overindulgence, self-enslavement, addiction and temptation. But to me, the Devil card is all about the ego. And the ego means edging God out. And what the ego does is it creates fear. It creates fear. And what is fear? Fear is false experiences appearing real. The ego creates horrendous things within your mind that traps you. So it puts you into what-if scenarios, things that scare you, things that worry you, things that it makes your mind work overtime. You become overwhelmed with things. It makes you beat yourself up over the past. It makes you worry about the future. And that's what the ego does. We all have an ego. It's like the little devil that sits on your shoulder, the child that's screaming at you for help or to do something. It's that part of you. And I always say that the Devil card is like the devil sitting on your shoulder. It doesn't mean you've got devils around you. It doesn't mean you're demonic. It doesn't mean anything nasty. Just like the Death card isn't anything nasty. Again, it's how you read the card. If you read the Devil card with high intentions from a place of love and light, then obviously it's all good. You know, it's all good. The angels are saying, they've just really made me froth at the mouth a little bit there. And they said the Devil card can make people froth at the mouth, because let me start by showing you the cards and you'll know what I mean. So this is the Gilded Tarot. As you can see in this card, the first thing that really stands out for me is the fire here. The fire. And that's just what I felt when I was talking about it. So, you know, if you're dealing with someone who's got the Devil card, they can have a lot of fire energy within them. So, you know, there's a lot of anger there and worry and stress, and it can create physical symptoms in the body like indigestion, acid reflux, stomach problems, frothing of the mouth, worries, ulcers in the mouth, anything connected with fear, you know. And the card, as you can see, it's a man, a very gorgeous man, to be honest. Look at the body on him, you know. So it shows he's a bit of a warrior here. So he's endured all things, but he's wearing a mask. And the mask is covering his eyes, and it's got horns. So it shows you it's a bit devilly, a bit like Maleficent mask here, you know. But the real thing that's standing out is the fire. There's obviously pentacle behind. Again, pentacles are misunderstood. Pentacles mean protection. But this is showing that this could mean something sinister here. When you get the Devil card coming up, it means that you are too much an ego. Too much an ego, worrying about things, obsessed over things, stressing over things. Your mind is in turmoil. Your mind is working overtime. So there's horrendous fear in your mind when you get the Devil card. So you're going to be thinking the worst case scenario. You're going to be worrying about everything. You're going to be fearing little things. and things that aren't actually real, because the mask is covering the eyes. So this says that when you've got the devil card, the person may not be seeing things clearly because they've got too much going on in the mind that's creating fear. So there's a lot of worry there. It can bring things up like jealousy, anger, lust, envy. All of the 7 sins pretty much can come into this. Greed, So you can be very obsessed with the material side of things when you get the devil card. Money, finances, success, but in an overly like that greedy way, You're worried about money, you want money, you want to control a relationship, you want to control things, you could be very jealous. But it's all stemming from a place of fear, a place of illusion, because fear is an illusion. It's false experiences appearing real. It isn't real. The reality is in the present moment. So when you get the devil card come up, make sure that the client knows, or the person you're reading for knows, that they need to clear the mind a little bit and not worry so much about things and not be in fear energy, because fear energy creates so much stress in the body and it really creates fire in your belly. And this isn't in a good way. It creates indigestion. All these, they always show me like acid reflux. And whenever I'm channeling someone who's in fear energy, I always get burpy energy, because it's the acid that's trying to come out. So it can give you, if it's really bad, if fear is really bad, it can give you bad breath and all kinds of things, So this card, the devil, it means fear, illusion. Okay, fear, illusion caused by fear. You're not seeing things clearly, and it's not a bad card. It just means that the person needs to wake up to the reality of things a little bit more, stay more in the present moment, and allow any fear to go. And you need to do that with meditation, breathing, relaxing, knowing that you are safe, calling on the angels. So you really have to reassure the person that things aren't like they seem. Things aren't as bad as they seem to be. There may be a lot of fearing things going on and things they're worrying about, but they don't really have to worry about anything because they are protected by angels. And, if you get the devil card and you get the high priestess coming out at the same time, the high priestess always puts the fire out of the devil, because the devil is the ego and the high priestess is the higher self. And I'll talk about aspected cards later down the line. But if you get them both coming out, that light always overcomes darkness, and it always does. So this is the darkness within you, the fear within you. You could say it's the devil that sits on your shoulder. It does not mean you've got devils around you or you're evil or anything like that. It just means you're really fighting with your ego and your higher self right now. It's like they're in conflict. You've got your higher self and your ego having a fight, really. So this has been too much in fear energy. And in the Arcanum Tarot, a little bit different. We've got a guy here who, his eyes, they're kind of like, they're a bit red. So this is showing that really isn't seeing things clearly. So they're showing me like whites of the eyes, that there's no clarity there. And, there's like a staircase going up here, and then you've got the face in front of the doorway. So it's like your ego is stopping you from moving forward. So you may be on a path right now, you may be on the right path right now, but there's too much fear there that's blocking the way. So you need to take yourself out of the equation, because when you get this card, especially in the Arcanum, it shows, because of how big the face is, that, you're in ego. You're thinking of yourself too much. You may be being a little bit selfish here. Jealousy, anger, greed, all these things, it's selfish energy. So, and you may feel you're in chains, because the two men here, they're in chains, They're in chains. And you could say this is a little bit like hell. So you're in your own personal hell, your own personal misery. It's of your making, because you can change your thoughts anytime you like. You can make your thoughts change. You can see the positive things anytime you like. But when you get this card, he's choosing to look at the scary side of things, the fear side of things, the illusion. So you're really being guided to kind of wake up to the truth. And the truth is only love is real, that you are safe, that you are protected, that all is well in your world, and that good things are coming in, and whatever's going on, it's a blessing in disguise. So really guide your client to see things a little bit differently and to let go of fear, because all it is false experiences appearing real. You know, they call fear all kinds of things, you know. They say face ego, all these things. But for me, it always means false experiences appearing real. Because let's be honest, half of the things we worry about never happen anyway. And they don't happen the way we think they will happen. We worry for nothing. And it creates physical illness. It creates dis-ease in the body, stress in the body, which leads to illness. And that's why there's so much fire energy here, you know. It's nothing to do with like the devil in hell or anything scary like that. It's the fear that creates physical symptoms like indigestion, acid reflux, fire in the belly, you know. And it's really your own personal hell. You know, you're in your own personal hell, especially in this card, because he's blocking himself from moving forward because he's so scared, you know. It could be a big change that needs to happen, but he's afraid of making the change because of the what-if scenarios that will never happen anyway. So really guide your client to let go of fear now. And you can call on Archangel Michael for that. Call on Archangel Michael to protect them, to support them, to allow them to feel safe and protected, because that's who Archangel Michael is. And that's the best guidance I can give you. If you're dealing with the devil card, just let them know they're safe. They're safe, there's nothing to fear, everything happens for a reason, there's always a blessing behind any big change that's coming in. You know, they don't have to worry. The angels are saying if they're worrying about another person, that they're seeing someone behind the back or there's cheating going on, this is their own issues. So they could just be projecting like abandonment issues or jealousy onto their partner when nothing is really going on. So it's illusion created by the mind, it's fears created by the mind. So the best guidance is call on Archangel Michael, guide them to go into nature, to breathe, to relax, to ask the angels to give them signs, and to really stop worrying about the worst case scenario, because the worst case scenario rarely happens, it's just illusion. I hope this helps. We'll be back tomorrow with the amazing Tower card, another card that's feared, but it's actually really positive. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.